Part 2. Azure Moon. Garland Moon. The Golden Deer's Plea. The Kingdom Army has reclaimed the Kingdom capital and plans to immediately begin restoring the country and its forces. But an unexpected request arrives from Claude, leader of the Leicester Alliance. Dimitri promptly responds to the request for aid, and he rushes to prepare the Kingdom's forces.
Alright, right off the bat, what do we got?
We have received a request for aid from the Alliance. They are being invaded by the Empire. We have only just taken back Ferdiad, and yet I am already asking all of you to move out once more. Please accept my apologies for that.
That's no problem at all. More importantly, how is the Alliance faring?
House Regan has rallied the Alliance lords. They are facing the enemy with all the strength they can muster. But we do not know how far that will get them. It seems the enemy's relentless attacks have forced them into a tough situation. Their defeat at Gronder severely weakened the Alliance. I imagine the Empire now intends to destroy them before they can recover.
To think they'd watch us chase their soldiers out of the Kingdom capital, then immediately go invade the Alliance. Their general is Lord Volkard von Arundel. He serves as regent to the Emperor. He has presumably taken command after the Emperor was wounded in Gronder.
He is known for his shrewdness and excels not only in domestic affairs, but tactics as well. He is not an opponent we should take lightly. Lord Arundel.
Are you concerned?
I always suspected that Lord Arundel was behind the tragedy 9 years ago. The timing of his departure from the Kingdom, the fact that he abruptly stopped making donations, too many factors made him suspect. If Lord Arundel conspired with Cornelia, then what Kronya and the others said 5 years ago? Well, never mind that for now. The Alliance needs our help. What are your thoughts?
If we turn our back on the Alliance and then Deirdre falls, it will undoubtedly make our situation difficult further down the road. We would have enemies in two directions, in the Alliance to the northeast, and in the Empire to the south.
That is true. In that scenario, we would not be able to safely march our soldiers to Enbar.
I am terribly worried about Lady Rhea, but I believe we must save the Alliance first. Oh, maybe if we do this, the Alliance will help us out in return. We could ask them to help us attack the Empire. You know, a sneak attack or something.
Annie, when did you become so devious?
What would your mother think?
What? It wasn't that devious.
What do you think, Professor?
Let's march to Diridu. I'll support whatever Dimitri decides. I say we march for Diridu.
Yes, I agree. I will admit that there is something to be gained for us as well, for when we eventually march south. But far more importantly, they need us. We cannot turn our backs on them. We will arrange to head out at once. Prepare yourselves, everyone.
Alright, whose birthday is it? It is Sylvain's birthday, alright. For you, I guess an Albion Berry Blend.
Hey, sorry for the wait, Professor.
Oh, not at
Thank you
all.
so much.
So, what to talk about, Well, tell me about yourself. Booked it very recently. The Ideal Professor. Tell me about yourself. Up next, we got your ambitions, your school uniform. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you.
I see.
And chilling at the market. The view from the bridge, a place you'd like to visit.
You are really curious, aren't you? I'm glad you're like that.
Nod, agree. Sip tea, laugh, sigh. Laugh. Okay, I was gonna say, is it gonna be laugh or sigh? Well, laugh or sip tea. Alright, the usual thing.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Huh? Wow.
Alright,
Thank
good
you
tea
for the treat,
time.
Professor. I'd like to do this again sometime.
Sure, maybe next time you can actually drink the tea. Anyways, hello, I'm Jog. Welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time, where we took the capital, and now we're moving on. It's the Golden Moon, and I can already tell we got a paralogue, and I believe this might be the last paralogue that I can do with the students I have available to us. The Silver Maiden for Dimitri. Arendelle, the Fortress City, lies, and blah 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 blah. We'll deal with this next episode. But today we do the usual thing of exploring the monastery. And just like always, we start off with Abyss.
Professor!
Hello there.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. I hear Deirdre is our next objective. Small world. That's actually where I grew up. It's a great place.
Oh, would you like to join us then? Perhaps you'd like to try and, save the place from getting attacked. Oh, and who's over here? Hey, Wolfus!
The Alliance is now little more than a battlefield. I guess that was inevitable. So far, Albrecht territory has remained unscathed, but that won't last forever.
We'll win this for the Alliance as well.
When I see that Arendelle guy, I'm gonna knock him flat. We're short on time, but we have to go in prepared. If we lose this, we lose everything. The stakes are too damn high.
Yuri, happy!
So, the king who came back from hell, defeated the tyrants and liberated the people. It's like something out of a poetic saga. At least those in need will see it as such.
How do you see it?
It isn't like the poor need some lofty air basking in glory. What they need is someone who can ease their woes, keep them fed, things like that. How they view such a king all depends on his ability to provide for them. All things considered, I imagine Dimitri will do a fine job at it.
Happy?
People have always fought, I guess. Bandits and nobles clashing over territory, things like that. So before the war, when folks talked about how peaceful everything was, I thought, what continent are you living on? I get it now. A few isolated skirmishes here and there are nothing compared to a full-blown war. The one truly peaceful place I've known was the village where I grew up.
Alright, what's in the scrap heap for today? Have used hand axe, and a rusted sword, and an iron shield, alright. Some stuff for selling. Constant, but first off...
So, the army runs you ragged, marches you from place to place, prodding you to fight. They promised me 3 meals a day. They'd have to give a lot more than that to get me to sign on. I'd rather starve down here than deal with that.
I get it. If this war wasn't happening, that would be more than enough, but with the war going on right now, it's not easy.
I was most relieved to hear that no one at the School of Sorcery was harmed. They are capable people who bear Fodlan's future on their shoulders. We can afford to lose none of them.
It's good that Fodiad is ours once again, and Ember is beyond our reach now.
Yes, the future of magic is bright. Though it would be brighter if my own house's future was guaranteed. The Alliance is next on our agenda, yes? Watch carefully for my dazzling spellcraft.
Alright, it's the Advanced Brawling Tournament today. Interesting. So... Oh, okay, they can't participate because they're mounted units. Okay. Well, Felix, just do your stuff. I mean, you're a freaking animal. And just like that, I knew what you do it was extremies. God dang, buddy. Hello there, Ash.
The very same night we liberated the capital, a messenger arrived from Deirdre. Claude must have predicted that we'd retake it.
Could have been a coincidence, but I'll say definitely.
Claude's a hard person to read. It's obvious not much escapes his eye, though. Kind of unsettling, honestly.
So war finally comes to the Alliance territories. I don't mean that there's never been fighting on Alliance soil, of course. There have been countless skirmishes between neighboring lords, as well as conflicts with Almyra. But this is an invasion by an army of the Empire. It's a whole different animal. I don't want to see my family get dragged into this. I hope we can drive back the Empire.
Boo!
I'm sorry, what? Did you just say boo? Are you trying to scare me or you're not happy with me? Child, I will throw you out of this monastery. Alright, what do I got to harvest? A bunch of gifts, but that's about it. Petra!
I am being told you can see the sea from Deirdre. Not just see, that it is right there in front of you. In Bridget, the sea has great closeness. I would be looking at it every day. But in Garreg Mach, we cannot look at the sea. So I am feeling drawn to Deirdre.
The ocean is frightening. The ocean is beautiful.
Yes, I think the sea has much beauty, but can also be frightening.
I definitely understand why people have fear of the ocean. I really do. It is truly a terrifying place. Especially if you're, like, stuck in the middle of nowhere and all of that. But it can also be a very beautiful place all the same. What do you have to say? We're doing what we can.
We can't actually join you on the battlefield, but rest assured that we're there in spirit. We're doing everything we can to support the army. So give it your all out there.
Anna, you have anything to say?
There's unrest everywhere these days.
Nope, all the same. Greetings, Gatekeeper!
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Deirdre is known as the aquatic capital. It's a beautiful town with streets that seem to float on the water and an impressive harbor. In times of peace, it would be a wonderful place for a holiday. Anyway, best of luck in the next battle.
Ah, Annette and Mercedes. Hello there, girls.
Deirdre, huh? I've always wanted to go there. In Fargus, most of the towns are pretty much glorified fortresses. So, to hear about a place called the Aquatic Capital, it just sounds so elegant. When the war's over, I hope I can visit with everyone there.
I went to visit my adoptive father at his home in the capital. He used to grovel at Cornelia's feet when the city was under her control. But after it was liberated, he started courting the kingdom instead.
Whatever it takes to get ahead, I guess.
I suppose he was just doing what he needed to survive. No matter what becomes of the world, it'll always be plagued by people like him.
Sadly. I mean, no offense, but... yeah, it's people groveling at the feet of another for their own sake. Jamil?
Claude, eh? He always was sharp among his peers. Never let himself get caught up in conventions. He wasn't typical in Fodlan. I'd like to save him if we can.
I hear ya. And I agree. He's too determined to die, so we'll make it in time.
I know. And I'm sure he's already calculated exactly when that will be.
A hungry hero is no better than a well-fed soldier. Do you know that saying? No? That's because I just made it up. If you're hungry, you're never going to be at full strength. Keep your belly full and stay strong.
How about we make a sacred beast roast with Albion Moose and Magrid Kirsch?
I love to cook. What are we making today? Is that so? I have a lot of experience in the kitchen. I can make just about anything.
I hope so.
Wow.
That, all allies got +1 health and +1 strength. Hello there, random merchant. What do you got going on?
It'll take a little while yet for the capital to be restored to its former glory.
Oh, definitely.
But it's not dead yet. Doesn't matter how many times you put the people of Ferdiad down. They'll get right back up again. Just you watch. Before long, things will be back to how they were.
And the merchants will be back to trading at full force, I'm assuming.
What do you think? If you travel east from the Alliance and cross Fodlan's throat, you enter the land of Almyra. House Goneril's territory touches the eastern border of the Alliance. They also have Lord Holst, the most valiant warrior in the Alliance. Tasked with keeping watch over the Almyrans' movements, he rarely leaves Goneril territory.
The Alliance leader is too demanding and the prince is too soft-hearted, don't you think? They spilled much of each other's blood at Gronder. I lost a lot of friends to the Alliance. Sorry, I shouldn't complain. I know this is tactically sound. Everyone seems on board with it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any misgivings.
I understand. And sadly, for the sake of a better future, we have to put the past behind us and, well, keep marching forward.
What about Deirdre, the aquatic capital? I've heard it's a magnificent city, you know? If we're going, I wish it wasn't to wage war. It'd be more fun to visit with a cute girl on my arm.
Maybe once the war is over.
You're right. That's something to look forward to.
See.
Hello there, you two.
It was over 20 years ago. There was an illness raging across Ferdiad. Our people were dying left and right. It was Cornelia who saved the kingdom from that dreadful illness.
Although, Cornelia was a doctor? I can't imagine it.
No, I hear she was originally an imperial scholar. She was in the kingdom by my father's invitation. People praised Cornelia as a saint for ending the epidemic. But there came a day when she completely changed. Her behavior, mannerisms, likes, dislikes, everything. Despite all that, Father still appointed her to a high post. After all, she had saved the kingdom from ruin by that disease. But above all, my stepmother trusted her. That's why what that woman said is... Never mind.
So yeah, she was likely replaced. How, when, why? No idea.
Lord Rodrigue Fraldarius has passed on. Margrave Gautier has assumed his position and is now gathering the lords of the Eastern Territories. House Gautier is equal in prestige to House Fraldarius. Sylvain is a Gautier. These lords are reorganizing the Fargus army and eradicating any remaining factions that claim allegiance to the Empire. Of course, His Highness is being kept apprised with regular reports, but it falls to me to monitor him and ensure he does not try to take on too much. I would ask you to do the same. If you take your eyes off that man, even for a moment, he is liable to do something rash.
Hello there. Oh, so you had something to say. Alright. Manuela?
What do you think? Remember the Death Knight who stabbed me 5 years ago?
How could I forget?
Of course you do. How could you forget? Well, it turns out he's a general in the Imperial Army, claiming victories on dozens of battlefields. But it looks like he's not at Deirdre. Like every man in my life, he's run away from me. And he better run. One day I'm gonna find that guy and pay him back for what he did to me.
So there actually is a paralogue you can actually get that involves you fighting the Dark Knight. I'm pretty sure you fight him off. But you need 2 characters. And, well, I only have one of those 2 characters. Oops.
With the capital recaptured, I desire to call him Your Majesty rather than Your Highness. He would refuse my desire, rightfully pointing out that he has not as yet been crowned. However, the day this war is ended and the Church has placed the crown upon his head, then he will truly be our king, and I will call him Your Majesty at last. I must go hear the reports from our spies. There is something worrying me, and... No, it can wait. I shall tell you more when our information is more concrete.
Alright, I guess it makes sense. No point in putting something in my head that may not be true. Anyways, you're asking for more stuff like always.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you for the cash, I guess. Hello there, you two. Am I interrupting?
You plan to aid Claude, do you not? Huh, I think that is absolutely marvelous. Being opposing forces at the Battle of Gronder was ill-fated. It hurt to side against him. I am happy that things have taken a brighter turn now.
I thought there was a chance that Cornelia had captured Lady Rhea, but it seems that is not the case.
Our next foe, Lord Arundel, was once a pious adherent to the Saros Creed. His contributions to the church stopped quite abruptly some time ago. I think it is likely the man knows something.
Oh, Hanneman, you actually startled me.
Cornelia Arnhem. That's a familiar name, yes. She once studied in the Empire. My understanding is, shortly after I left the Empire, she did as well. Unlike myself, Cornelia traveled to the kingdom. Apparently, she halted a plague and was rewarded with a quite powerful appointment. That such an outstanding researcher should fall to such depravity. Sickening, Professor, and quite sad.
Cyril, what are you doing down here?
Even if we do enter Alliance territory, we're not gonna find Lady Rhea there. I wish we could leave Claude be and go attack the Empire. I suppose if we can't beat the Empire forces here, then we can't get into the Empire lands, can we? I guess that just means it's hard work time, huh, Professor?
We need to take one step forward to take one step backwards to take 2 steps forward, Cyril. Do not worry.
The pro-imperialist lords who have let the Empire in have their hands tied. Houses Ardelia and Gloucester are exposed and likely caught off guard. That must mean that Claude's allies are...
Duke Gronril, Magus Argod, Count Daphnel.
Without a doubt, she is providing reinforcements. She has always supported Claude. Whatever the situation, Claude's military strength is lacking. And what's more, they suffered casualties at Gronder Field. I don't know how long the Alliance forces will be able to hold out against the Empire. We've got to move quickly, or we may be too late.
Well, Claude's forces may not be so weak if he didn't friggin' attack us.
So House Regan has regained its influence in the Alliance, and is gathering forces. Claude always was somewhat inscrutable. It's strange somehow to hear talk of his brilliance as the leader of the Alliance.
Hello there! Using the Great Bridge of Myrddin as a base, we'll spread out and cover as much ground as possible in our search for Her Grace. Judging by the information we've gathered, the most suspicious location is definitely the Imperial capital, the Hrim territory, whose leader is a mere puppet, and the Ire territory, whose leader was deposed and disappeared. The Empire has a lot of places with suspicious happenings, and it's certainly worth investigating. But it won't do to take too much time in relieving the Alliance army. Please, hurry.
Well, considering her position, if she was going to be anywhere, I would assume she would be at the capital. The most guarded location.
It seems Dimitri has become downright charitable. But I believe he is operating under a serious misapprehension. It may appear as if Claude is appealing to Dimitri for aid, but that is not what is happening here.
Another of Claude's tricks, did he not actually ask for help? Is there another interpretation?
Yes, a fine example of how snap decisions based on mere appearances can lead to gross misunderstanding. Claude has asked for reinforcements from here because he knows that I am here. Simply put, he is not throwing himself on Dimitri's mercy, he is throwing himself on mine. I suppose there is nothing else for it, is there? We cannot turn our backs on those in need. Let us grant him the aid he requires.
Felix, what are you doing all the way up here?
My uncle gave me some of my father's belongings. Weapons, books. But there was something else that my old man really wanted to pass down. He wanted me to inherit his mission, ensuring that Dimitri ascends the throne. Or so I believe.
That is, definitely... that is definitely, gonna be a lifelong mission there. Well, maybe not lifelong, but definitely more difficult one, as he needs to survive the war.
Well...
Make that one come true.
I was getting excited for our big Empire showdown. I spent so much time mentally preparing.
Sorry.
Then we shifted focus to Deirdre. I hadn't been expecting that. But, as a knight who's sworn to serve the goddess, I cannot turn a blind ear to those who seek my aid.
Glad to hear it.
We're still searching for Lady Rhea. No news on that, I'm afraid. Lord Arundel, the Emperor's uncle, is the regent of the Empire. If we crush them at Deirdre, maybe we'll capture him and wring some clues out of him.
Hopefully. Hopefully we can get one step closer to actually finding her.
You know...
But I'm still holding my bets that she is actually in the Empire capital.
Please?
Let's just say, if I was doing this is where I would put off. Anyway, one note. I fear falling asleep at night. I worry that I will not awaken for many years, and that when I do, all my friends will be gone. You'll wake up when morning comes. Try hugging a stuffed animal if you're afraid. We won't allow that to happen. I didn't know that was Flane. Yeah, that makes sense for Flane.
I heard that Deirdre is under attack. I hope Judith is alright. She may be the hero of Daphne, but facing the might of the Empire? I wish there was something more I could do. But I can only pray and hope.
That's all any of us can do right now, pal. That's all any of us can do.
Professor.
And with that, I believe that is everybody. So, I guess we'll just try to get this day over with, but first off, I sold some stuff down in Abyss.
Need
so I can talk to you. Oh no, I need 1,000 more, never mind. Alright, let's try out the sun. Let me make a save real quick, doesn't hurt. Alright. Annette, because you still have a long ways to go with your magic, I'm gonna take you. Annette, I choose you! Alright, let's stay a little bit longer, see how this goes. Oh yeah, we need more steam. Let's stay longer. Stay longer. One more time should be fine. Oop, oh, come on. No! You can feel my warriors drifting away. Wait, hold on. I thought she collapsed or something. I get a feeling, oh well. Hello there.
Something I'd like.
When I do nothing but fight, my spirit falters, and I lose the will to keep things tidy. That is when my roam falls to disorder, and my spirits falter even more. Is there any way to break the cycle? I'm sure you could ask anyone to help you clean up. Take a short break to do something that raises your spirits. What if you let it get messy? Just not too messy. Take a short break, and do something that will raise your spirits.
Professor.
So you want to go from sword and reason to bow as a sniper? No. As with a sword, I train with a bow from a young age. I have a good grasp of it. There is always room for improvement. Might be a good time to work on my aim. It's Anna's birthday! Alright. Hello there, Anna. To the Saints.
Thanks for having me. Time for business. Oh, wait. A tea party? Thanks.
Yes, a tea party. Enjoy the cup. As your, sleeve goes through your clothing.
Delicious.
So, anyways...
Not sure
Gunning mishaps, school uniform, monastery rules. Monastery rules? Alright. Dining partners, school day, monastery mysteries.
Good deal.
Alright, you have a thing for the monastery, that's good to know. Things that bother you, your ambition, equipment upkeep. I was gonna say that one probably goes to you because of, money.
Of course I pay my taxes. The fact that I can even do business at all is thanks to the goddess.
Alright. Praise, I commend. That was a perfect tea time.
Good deal.
I don't think we've ever actually had Anna's birthday. I think this is the first time we've actually done this, compared to some other people where we've definitely
You like
done
my
it before.
duds? Well, they might look standard issue, but they've got... Oh. Save the sales pitch for later?
Alright, have a good one, Anna.
Thanks for treating me. Let's do this again, yeah?
Alright, well, you're the first birthday. Unfortunately, raising friendship with you is pointless because I don't like that she has no support with anybody. Like, she really should have it with someone. How about a rose petal blend?
I'm here for the invitation. A friend.
Oh, shoot, sorry, didn't mean to skip that. Yeah, well. I'm not a fan of his armor. The purple is okay, but the white-ish, like... I don't know what color that is. That whitish tan, I don't think goes well with it.
Oh?
The last battle, things that bother you, reliable allies.
Oh?
So streets, cooking mishaps, our first meeting.
Indeed.
School days, a place I like to visit, school uniforms. School days, alright.
A noble's life is full of rigid expectation. I sometimes envy the freedom of commoners.
I'm gonna say sigh. Praise, blush, chat. I guess I should have praised him, or whatever.
Professor.
I don't know why sometimes it doesn't do anything.
Lovely aroma.
Yeah, well.
This was wonderful. Next time, I will provide the tea. Farewell.
Alright, have a good one. And with that... Oh yeah, I forgot we have this whole thing.
Working with each other. I am a little worried.
Why are you worried? You got this.
We had a great...
More than great, it was perfect. Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing!
It seems my proficient.
Hey, good job for you, good job for you, and good job for you. With that, we are done with this video, because next time in Fire Emblem Three Houses, we will have the paralog battle, and then I'll probably just do two of these other battles. Ooh. I'm gonna say, these are higher level than what I have, or than what I'm good for. Felix, you mastered the model, yes, you mastered the model 7th. So before I forget, I did not do that in between, I'm gonna make him a sword master, now essentially making magic pointless for him. So I might want to change his, whatchamacallit, I might want to change what he is, his goals, but that's fine for right now. I think everyone else is still working on things, so yes. So we will end things off, as always, with the supports, and yeah, we'll do the battle, we'll do a couple other battles. Actually, what level are my guys at? Yeah, 39, 38, 38, 37, and that one fight was calling for like 41? Yeah, 41, so... Well, about where it wants us to be, which kind of happens when I stopped doing all these fights and started just relaxing. But anyways, we'll deal with all this next time. So until then, so long, farewell, and have yourself a fantastic day, fantastic night, a fantastic whatever. And I will see you next time. Later.
Hello, Felix. Training alone again, I see.
Spying on me again, I see.
It is not my intention to spy. I am merely concerned about you. I do not think you have been keeping your friends at a distance because you dislike them personally. Rather, I think what bothers you is their concept of proper knighthood. Is that not so?
You really have been watching me closely. You're correct. I don't understand why they revere knighthood. I won't be friends with anyone who believes in that nonsense.
Do you feel that way because of what happened in the tragedy of Dusker? I have heard the story. Your brother was one of the royal knights. He gave his life to defend the prince.
My brother was doing his job. My father is the real problem. When my brother's armor was brought back to the castle, do you know what he said? He died like a true knight. Chivalry begets the worship and glorification of death. Am I alone in finding that grotesque? I suppose you'll excommunicate me for blaspheming like this.
Not at all. I am not a knight, so I have no intentions of lecturing you about chivalry. So long as one's conduct is consistent with the teachings of the goddess, it is up to the individual to decide right from wrong.
In that case, I'd like you to formally pardon me for not having friends.
You require no such pardon. This is merely advice from an old man to a younger one. As unwavering as your convictions may be, the others also feel strongly about their beliefs. If you hate all those whose beliefs are different from yours, you will hate everyone eventually. People with exactly the same beliefs as you simply do not exist. You do not have to change your beliefs, of course. But you do have to accept that others feel differently. That is my advice to you. I will speak no more of it.
Sedith, can I ask one thing? Why are you going out of your way to tell me this? Why bother with me at all?
Because I trust you. Now that I've heard what you have to say, I trust you even more. I am also a rather eccentric person. I thought you and I might get along.
I see. You've gone to so much trouble. I may have to start making an effort as well.
Good. Do not take this the wrong way, but I hope you will surpass my expectations.
Happy! I've been looking everywhere for you.
What's going on? Something urgent?
Oh no, but I promised to tell you the rest of the Luna Knight's tale, remember?
Huh. That was years ago, wasn't it? You have a good memory. If you really want to tell the story that badly, I guess just go ahead.
Okay, I will. Do you remember where I left off?
Well, you were telling me something about how the Luna Knight was hard on liars and cheaters.
Right. So her husband, Duke Regan, turns out to be a bit of a libertine.
That's hilarious. My favorite part was when she caught her husband in the act and tossed him out the window. I thought tales about knights were supposed to be straight-laced, but this one's raunchy as heck.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Usually these tales are pretty serious. But sometimes in a serious story, you need lighter moments like that to connect to the characters. It helps to see that even these great heroes made mistakes now and again. Just like us.
You're so trusting, Freckles. For some reason, I find it endearing. But you shouldn't take something at face value just because it's written down. The truth is, knights do plenty of things that aren't heroic at all. Things that hurt people.
You're not wrong. Some knights do terrible things. That doesn't make the great ones any less worthy of honor, though.
What about knights who have died taking a stand against the church? Would you call them great?
That's complicated.
Or what about the knights who put me in Abyss, promising to release me from my curse? When they couldn't, they left me there out of fear for what I might do. Does that sound honorable to you?
Happy, I'm so sorry.
Sorry. I can't help but say nasty things. Got any more stories for me? Maybe another racy one?
Yes, actually. I came prepared with the most, racy ones I could find, in case you happen to ask.
Of course you did. Let's hear one then. Eloise!
Ah! Who goes there? Oh, Petra, it's you. You appeared out of nowhere.
I have a question to be asking you.
Sure, I don't mind. I'll answer your question.
You are always surrounded by people. When you speak, they smile. I feel envy. I want to know the secret to having a happy conversation.
Ah, you need a lesson on breaking the ice. That's a slippery subject, but I bet we can crack it. Now, let's see. Well, the crucial thing is to start conversations. Be proactive about saying hello. Ask questions. Also, it might help to stop sneaking up on people.
Start conversations. Stop sneaking. I am understanding. Is there more?
Well, you can always try throwing in a joke to lighten the mood. The trick is to keep trying so you get practice. Put your best foot forward. And try not to put it in your mouth.
What are you saying? Why are you laughing?
Oh, I just made a little joke.
A joke? Can you give me more explanation?
Put your best foot forward. That's an expression people say that means try as hard as you can. And putting your foot in your mouth doesn't really mean what it sounds like. When you put your foot in your mouth, you are saying something rude without meaning to. And so, what am I going on about? There's nothing worse than trying to explain a joke. Petra, you've gone awfully quiet. I suppose you've lost faith in me as a conversation tutor.
You are playing with your words. We do such things in Brigid, too. In Fodlan, you have a strange way of playing with a word's meaning. I am admiring of it.
You admire me? Oh, Petra, no need to say kind things out of pity. You didn't hurt my feelings.
Am I hurting them?
If you were sincerely complimenting me, then no. To think, you just started learning how to chit-chat, and you've already got a silver tongue. You really put your money where your mouth is.
More laughing. This must be a complex technique for word playing.